How's it going, guys? In today's video, I'm going to give you guys the best cameras and audio equipment you can use for your YouTube channel, whether you're on a budget or you've got a little money to play with. So modern YouTube has become absolutely insane. The production and quality of some of these videos and channels have absolutely surpassed, in my opinion, Hollywood and some big level movie companies. And I have gotten tons and tons and tons of DMs and questions asking, what camera should I use for this? I want to get my own YouTube channel running. What microphone? What equipment do I need? What lens? And all of these questions. So I decided I want to make a video explaining to you guys what camera I would recommend that you get, whether you've got a little bit of money to play with or you're balling on a budget. The first thing we're going to do is start off with some audio options. Whether you're shooting with an iPhone or you're shooting with a big level cinema camera, if you have a good mic, it'll make the world of a difference. So starting off at number one with audio is going to be the Rode Wireless Go's. These come in at around $300 and you can get them used for cheaper. These are absolutely fantastic. They offer extremely crisp audio, and the new Wireless Go 2 Pros record in 32-bit float. For all of you GunTubers, that would be an absolutely amazing option for you because your gunshots will not peak. And if you're balling on a budget and can't afford any of the camera options in this video, you can use these with your iPhone. I'll show you. These are the Rode Wireless Go 2s. I've got it attached right here. These microphones sound pretty damn good. I've used them multiple times. These mics have also been used to go on the Unsubscribed podcast. Also, one of the benefits of using these mics is that when you use a shotgun mic like this one right here, if you turn your back to the microphone, you can't really hear your subject talking. One of the benefits to using these is I could walk all the way away from my camera, which is right over there, and I could still hear myself. These have a pretty wide range. Now moving on to number two for viable audio options is the Sennheiser MKE 300. If any of you have been around for a while, you've probably heard of the Sennheiser MKH 416. The 416 is the Shure SM7B of the cinema shotgun world. It has been used for years and years and years, and is still being used to this day because it is so damn good. The Sennheiser MKE 300 is the little brother to that microphone. I've actually been using this microphone to record this entire video. Now, I only own one camera, so I'm using my iPhone to film this part, but this is the Sennheiser MKE 300. One of the great features about this microphone is that it can be powered with batteries. You can open this microphone up and install batteries on it so it doesn't need that extra 48 volts if your camera does not have that option. It is an absolutely fantastic mic. I've used this mic for a long time, and I would highly recommend you use this mic. Now, this microphone comes in at about $300. It's extremely affordable, and the quality you get for the money you pay is 100% worth it. Now moving on to lenses. It is no secret that lenses are usually more expensive than the camera itself, but that's not the case with this lens that I'm going to tell you guys today. Now this lens applies to both sides of the spectrum, whether you're balling on a budget or you got a little money to play with. I would still recommend you get this lens because it's cheap and you get absolutely amazing quality for the price that you're getting it at. And that lens is the Tamron 28-75. The Tamron 28-75 is an absolutely awesome lens. This lens is cheap, and for the price that you get it at, the quality is unbeatable. Now, in my opinion, the only con to this lens is it doesn't have a manual focus switch on it, which is something that I would usually like to have, but not everybody wants to shoot manual focus anyways, so if that doesn't apply to you, then completely disregard what I said. Now, the price of this lens is what makes it so amazing. This lens comes in at about $900 brand new, but you can find it for even cheaper used. You can get this lens for around $500 if you're on the right website, used in good condition. Now moving on to what you guys are probably here for, cameras. Number one on my list of cameras that I would highly recommend you use to get that cinema quality that a lot of your favorite YouTube channels like GunTubers, PewView, Administrative Results, and a lot of your other favorite channels is the Sony FX30. This camera can shoot 4K all the way up to 120 frames per second, which is what you see a lot on GunTubers. All of those slow motion shots you see on GunTubers are filmed at 4K 120. It's very smooth and it looks really good. This camera comes with a 4K 26.1 megapixel APS-C sensor. It's not mirrorless, but no need to worry, it still captures beautiful footage. It also comes with over 14 stops of dynamic range. So all of the color grading you see in those big level movies, this camera is 100% capable of achieving similar looking footage. Sony FX30 also can shoot in S-Log3. S-Log3 is the color format I'm using to film this video on. It is also the color format that all of GunTubers videos are shot in. This camera also has the option to come with a XLR handle, which is what I use on my camera, so you can plug in any microphone you want, and it has built-in phantom power to support microphone microphones that don't have internal power sources. This camera also has dual native ISO, which is something I will cover in a future video for those of you who don't understand what that means. Moving on to number 2 and my final recommendation for best cameras to get that cinema level look you want on your YouTube channel is the Sony FX3. The Sony FX3 is arguably, in my opinion, the best camera if you want to get cinema level quality at a decent price. This camera has a full frame mirrorless 12.1 megapixel sensor that offers absolutely incredible low light. It also gives you that soft cinematic look a lot of people want to achieve. The Sony FX3 also shoots in S-Log3. It is what this whole video has been shot in, and it is the same color format once again that GunTubers uses for all of his videos. This camera also has 15 plus stops of dynamic range, so you can achieve any color grade you could ever want. Also, a lot of you probably didn't know this is the same camera that Micah uses to film all of GunTubers' videos, so you've been looking at footage from this camera for a long time without even knowing it. In my opinion, this camera offers the absolute best quality you can get if you want to achieve that cinema look for the price that it comes at. Now, the Sony FX3 comes in at about $3,800 on Amazon, but you could probably find it used for cheaper. Now, before I end this video, I wanted to give you guys one small disclaimer between the FX30 and the FX3, and that is the memory card options for those of you that are balling on a budget. The FX30 does not require a CF Express card. CF Express cards are a type of memory card that are used in cinema line cameras, and they can be kind of expensive depending on what size card you get. The FX30 can use those regular SD cards that have been around for a long time. The Sony FX3 cannot shoot S-Log3 4K uncompressed without that card, so you do have to spend the extra hundreds of dollars to get that card. There are many accessories you can get for your cameras that you might need depending on what you're shooting, whether that be ND filters, matte boxes, V-mount batteries, cages, all kinds of stuff you can get. I plan on doing a full breakdown video in the future on what I use on my Sony FX3, but I wanted to give you guys a informational video about what kind of cameras that your favorite GunTubers are using, and I hope this helps you in your future endeavors with your YouTube channel, your Instagram, or whatever you plan on doing with this information. I'm gonna fucking say it. Please like, subscribe, and comment, and share this video if you enjoyed it, and let me know in the comments if you have anything I missed, or if there's anything else that you'd recommend for a good camera for your YouTube channel. Deuces.